Look, if you know that a hotel's haunted, and even if it ain't really haunted, you know for sure that serial killers like to stay there. Just don't stay there. Just don't stay there. You got Airbnb, you got the Holiday Inn Express, you got the Red Roof Inn, you got Motel 6. Like, they leave a light on for you. Alright, welcome to Tate's Take. If you're new here, I do movie and TV reviews. Give you a little background, basically let you know if I think it's worth checking out or not. If that's something you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your boy. For my regular Tate's Takers, let's check in and see if Netflix has another hit on their hands. Get it? I said check in because it's about a hotel? Ugh, never mind. Quick background here. Crime Scene, The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel is a new Netflix docuseries that talks about a whole bunch of creepy locations where various crimes have been committed. This season was directed by Joe Berlinger, who also did Conversations with a Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes, so you already know what time it is. This season of Crime Scene has 4 episodes, about 50 minutes each, and comes to Netflix on February 10th. Alright, plot time. Crime Scene, The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel is a story about Elisa Lam. She was a young Canadian woman that went missing during a trip to LA in 2013. This could have been your typical missing person story, but nope, not at all. That's because she was staying at the Cecil Hotel. What's the big deal about the Cecil Hotel, you ask? Let's get into it. The Cecil Hotel opened up in 1924 as a fancy business hotel. Then, shortly after that, the Great Depression hit, and that was the end of any allure this hotel would ever have. Since then, the Cecil Hotel, which is in downtown Los Angeles, has been linked to some of the city's craziest stories. We got some random suicides, like one lady who was in an abusive relationship with her husband and was tired of it. She decides to jump out of a window from the hotel. And not only did she kill herself, but she also killed an old dude that was just walking around minding his own business. Like, can you imagine? That's how you go? The hotel was even known to house various serial killers. What kind of serial killers, you ask? Oh, just these kinds.
He said, "Won't scream. I swear upon God." And he said, "Swear upon Satan."
Yep, the freaking Night Stalker. He actually stayed at the Cecil Hotel for part of his killing spree in the 80s. He would literally go out, rape, and kill people, and just pull back up at the hotel all bloody and stuff. No one said anything, because that's what kind of hotel it was. It was in the middle of Skid Row. It's like one of the grimiest places in LA. It's full of like homeless people, drug addicts, prostitutes. These kind of creeps stayed at the Cecil because it was so cheap. You could literally live there for like $400 a month. So anyway, the point is, this place is a real shithole, but it's cheap. Fast forward to this story about Elisa Lam. It's 2013, and Elisa is a 21-year-old student at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver. She decides that she wants to get away and visit Los Angeles. Of course, being a broke college student, she decides to save money and stay at the Cecil Hotel.
You know you done fucked up, right?
So anyway, she gets to LA, checks in at the Cecil Hotel. At this point, she's calling her family every day to check in. One day, the calls stop coming, and the family calls the LAPD. Straight like that. Like, I ain't even mad. They were playing no games. I bet the LAPD was shook though, like, "Yes, ma'am. Please, calm down. You said you haven't heard from your daughter? Okay. She's just visiting LA? All right. Where's she staying? Please hold." Anyway, LAPD pulls up at her hotel room. She's nowhere to be found, but all her shit is there. Clothes, computer, passport, all that. They do a thorough search of the hotel and the surrounding areas. They even brought in the police canines, but no dice. This janky-ass hotel had the weakest camera system known to man, but they did find her on one camera. This is the last known video of Elisa. And this video is so crazy, it went viral in a time where videos didn't even go viral like that. This video is so wild, I don't even know how to explain it. Just, this is it.
All right, so this is the surveillance footage from the elevator. This is the last time she was seen. So that's her. Like, why is she? It like looks like she's hiding. I'm not sure what.
Looks like someone was chasing her, but I feel like you wouldn't get out of the elevator if someone was chasing you.
I mean, she appears to be moving her hands in like a really weird, inhuman way. Like,
How is the elevator doors not closed yet?
I have no idea. It almost looks like she's talking to somebody right now, right? Does it not look like she's talking to somebody directly in front of her?
Yeah. I mean, not directly in front of her, down the hall, but I mean, there's no one in front of her, so.
Yeah. 19 freaking days later. Okay, just listen. This is important. 19 days later, there's a couple visiting the Cecil Hotel from London. Like, they know it's a shithole, but they want to save some money. It's like flying Spirit. Like, you know you got to bring your own seatbelt, but shit is cheap. So anyway, this couple starts to notice that the water pressure is really low. Not only that, but it's discolored and it tastes funny. Hotel manager's like, all right, relax. We'll move you to a new room. New room, new floor, water's still messed up. So of course they send the maintenance man up to the room and he's like, water pressure's low and it's discolored. They're like, yeah, that's what we've been saying. So anyway, now he has to go to the roof because that's where the water tanks are. He's thinking the water level's too low or something. So he gets on the ladder and climbs to the top. He peeks inside and of course it's freaking Elisa Lam just floating to the top. Ugh. So of course they call the police and they're like, yeah, we found her. Y'all didn't check the water tanks, huh? No, that's cool. Just in case this isn't registering, I'm gonna say it in a different way. People were staying at a hotel and brushing their teeth in water that a dead woman has been decomposing in for 19 days. Like, they were drinking it. You're just drinking dead. So anyway, then the real journey begins of the police trying to figure out what the hell happened here. Now we got a series. So what's my take? Y'all are really turning me into a true crime junkie, one crazy ass Netflix documentary at a time. And this is a very interesting documentary for a couple of reasons. First, you get some cool history on this century-old building in LA. Usually when we talk about LA, it's all the glitz and glamour of TVs and movies. What's glitz anyway? The point is, this documentary shines some glitz on the dark side of Hollywood. Second, you get an interesting look at how the police use Elisa's social media footprint to try to crack this case. It's kind of like the movie Searching with my man John Cho, where his daughter went missing and the police were using all her old social media posts to try to find her. That movie is pretty good, by the way. I think it's 4 stars. Elisa was a huge Tumblr poster. Rest in peace, Tumblr. Shout out Shells. Elisa posted everything on Tumblr. She kind of treated it like her diary. So the police were using that to try to get inside her head and also try to figure out what the hell happened to her. It was particularly important because Elisa also suffered from bipolar disorder, and a lot of people with bipolar disorder can experience extreme highs and extreme lows, and Elisa posted about all that on Tumblr, which then brings me to my next point. One of the biggest elements of this whole mystery is how the internet took this case and ran with it. The internet community that became obsessed with this case was going through all her Tumblrs for clues, and in the end, they kind of saw it as poetry. Once that elevator video went viral, these web detectives were off to the races. It was kind of like that don't fuck with cats vibe. It's kind of impressive actually how these people could look at this quick video, analyze it, and draw these grand conclusions. Like they were able to tell what floor she was on, why the door stayed open so long, and even how she could have got on the roof. And that's because these people from the internet were flying over to the Cecil Hotel looking for clues. I swear, if everyone on the internet used their powers for good instead of... Never mind. I respect the intensity that these internet matlocks had, but it also brings me to my final point that I liked about the documentary, which is about conspiracy theories. I'm not gonna lie, when you watch this documentary, you're gonna see some of the craziest coincidences you've ever heard of. For one, especially, look out for that tuberculosis outbreak scene. Just look out for it. No spoilers, just look. The problem though becomes when people are so deep into a case that they start to convince themselves that something nefarious is happening when maybe it could just be some explainable accident. But if I'm an internet detective and I spend 2 years of my life trying to get down to the bottom of this, of who killed her, what ghosts are haunting this place, and you tell me, nah bruh, it was just an accident. We gotta fight now. Quick story. I have a friend who for the purpose of this story will be called Eric. Bunch of us, including Eric, go out one Friday night. Party our brains out. We lose Eric for a little bit, but we find him outside at the end of the night. He tells us he was trying to call us, and this dude snatched his phone out of his hands and ran 100 miles an hour into the abyss. So we're all like, what the hell? We gotta find this creep. Next day comes, and we fire up that Find My iPhone. We see it. It's on the move. So we grab our jackets, our car keys, and we leave our common sense behind. We're following this moving dot on our Find My iPhone all over town. It finally parks. We're face to face with the vehicle of an actual phone thief. It's about to go down. All of a sudden, Eric looks at us and goes, wait a minute. That's the Uber I was in last night. I think I just left it in the car.
Bruh.
Word. We just spent our whole morning thinking we're chasing bad guys for this. The point is, although the conspiracy theory might be more exciting or thrilling, sometimes we gotta realize that some things don't have the extreme explanation we're yearning for. Maybe, as boring as it is, Americans actually put a man on the moon. I'm sorry to break it to you. The pyramids were obviously built by aliens, but everyone knows that. So anyway, the documentary does a good job of displaying all these facts, all these theories, and in the end, explaining how the authorities got to their conclusion. I'm gonna give Crime Scene: The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel 4 stars. This is a well-executed documentary and covers a lot of ground and a lot of theories in 4 episodes. Although there are some gross elements to the story, it's nothing like Night Stalker. So if your true crime love requires guts, blood, and murder, this may not be as spicy as you need it to be. Overall, a very interesting story that I do not remember at all. So very cool to see how the story unfolded, and even cooler to see how this internet community banded together to get some closure. No matter how you look at it, it's still a crazy, sad story. Like, this kid has a family that's, I'm sure, still grieving over this. So hopefully this shines some light on mental health. And if you're interested in some more information or to get some help, I got some links in the description. Like I mentioned, you can check it out exclusively on Netflix on February 10th. Toast to Dolly. As always, thanks for checking out Tate's Take. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. In the comments, let me know what your thoughts are on this case. Have you seen this documentary? Have you heard about this case? What do you think happened to her? Are you into this kind of true crime stuff? Do I got to keep watching this stuff? Just let me, you can talk about anything you want. Thanks for the time, y'all. Peace.